Stop what you are doing for a moment, because this is the kind of story that instantly captures attention and refuses to let go. Imagine a packed press conference filled with reporters, flashing cameras, nervous anticipation, and hundreds of eyes focused on one of the most popular stars in the entertainment industry. Everything appears normal. The atmosphere is professional. The questions begin. The answers flow smoothly. Then one specific question changes everything. The room falls silent. The smiles disappear. The energy shifts. People exchange confused glances. Cameras continue recording. Reporters lean forward in their seats. And moments later, Zhang Linghe unexpectedly stands up and walks away. What was the question? Why did the atmosphere suddenly become so tense? And what really happened inside that room? Stay until the very end, because this fictional story takes us inside a dramatic chain of events that left everyone stunned and created one of the biggest entertainment mysteries fans could imagine. The morning began like any major promotional event. The venue was magnificent. Large banners decorated the stage. Bright lights illuminated every corner of the hall. Rows of chairs stretched across the room. Journalists arrived early, carrying notebooks, cameras, and recording equipment. Staff members moved quickly between sections of the venue, making final preparations. Everyone knew this press conference would attract enormous attention. Zhang Linghe had become one of the most talked-about stars in recent years. His growing popularity ensured that every appearance generated headlines. Every interview attracted millions of viewers. Every public event became an opportunity for fans to learn more about their favorite actor. Excitement filled the air. Outside the venue, crowds of fans gathered behind security barriers. Some held posters. Others carried banners. Many hoped to catch even a brief glimpse of the actor as he arrived. The atmosphere felt electric. Inside, reporters discussed possible questions. Some wanted details about upcoming projects. Others hoped to learn about future career plans. A few searched for exclusive stories that could dominate entertainment headlines for days. Nobody knew that one particular question would soon become the center of attention. As the event officially began, everything proceeded smoothly. Zhang Linghe entered the room wearing a calm and confident expression. The audience greeted him with enthusiastic applause. Camera flashes instantly filled the hall. The bright lights reflected from every direction. For a moment, the entire room seemed frozen in admiration. He greeted the audience politely and took a seat. The conference started. The first questions were simple. Questions about his latest project. Questions about filming experiences. Questions about memorable moments on set. He answered comfortably. His responses were thoughtful. His smile appeared natural. The atmosphere remained warm and relaxed. Several times the audience laughed. The conversation flowed effortlessly. Everything appeared perfect. As the event continued, confidence grew throughout the room. Reporters became increasingly eager to ask questions. Hands rose quickly whenever opportunities appeared. Staff members moved through the audience, carrying microphones. The discussion expanded into different topics: career growth, future goals, personal development, creative challenges. Each answer generated positive reactions. Everything seemed under control. Then something changed. It happened gradually, almost invisibly. One reporter stood up from the middle section of the audience. At first, nobody paid special attention. After all, dozens of reporters had already asked questions. This appeared to be another routine exchange. The reporter accepted the microphone. The room quieted. Everyone listened. The question began normally. Then it shifted direction. According to the story, the question touched upon a topic that nobody expected to arise during the event. The atmosphere changed instantly. It was subtle at first. A slight pause. A brief silence. A tiny shift in expression. Yet those small details were enough for people nearby to notice. The audience became unusually quiet. Some reporters stopped writing notes. Others lowered their cameras. The energy inside the room suddenly felt different. Zhang Linghe remained seated. He listened carefully. His expression became more serious. The confident smile that had accompanied earlier answers slowly faded. The room seemed smaller. The silence seemed louder. Every second felt longer than the one before. No one moved. No one spoke. Everyone waited. What would happen next? The reporter finished asking the question. For a moment, complete silence filled the venue. Even the sound of camera shutters seemed to disappear. The tension was impossible to ignore. Some audience members glanced toward one another. Others focused entirely on the stage. The atmosphere had transformed from celebration into uncertainty. Then Zhang Linghe leaned slightly forward. He appeared thoughtful, reflective, as though considering how to respond. Several seconds passed. Those seconds felt endless. The audience remained completely still. The silence carried a strange weight. People could sense that something important was happening, yet nobody knew exactly what. When he finally spoke, his voice remained calm, professional, measured. But the atmosphere never returned to what it had been before. The room continued feeling unusually tense. Every word received intense attention. Every expression was carefully observed. The audience searched for clues. Reporters searched for meaning. Fans watching online analyzed every detail in real time. Then came the moment that nobody expected. According to this fictional narrative, Zhang Linghe paused once more. He looked across the room. His expression revealed neither anger nor frustration. Instead, it reflected something more complicated. Thoughtfulness, disappointment, perhaps even exhaustion. The kind of exhaustion that sometimes accompanies endless public scrutiny. The room remained silent. Then slowly, he stood up. At first, many assumed he was adjusting his position, perhaps stretching after sitting for a long period, perhaps preparing for a different segment of the event. But within moments, it became clear something unusual was happening. Staff members exchanged nervous glances. Audience members leaned forward. Several reporters instinctively reached for their cameras. The atmosphere became charged with uncertainty. Without creating a scene, without raising his voice, and without displaying dramatic emotion, he reportedly stepped away from the stage. The movement itself was calm, yet its impact was enormous. Shock spread through the room instantly. People looked confused. Some appeared stunned. Others seemed determined to understand what had just happened. Questions filled every corner of the venue. Why had he left? What had the reporter asked? Was the question inappropriate? Was there another reason entirely? The mystery began immediately. Outside the conference hall, speculation spread like wildfire. Within minutes, discussions exploded online. Fans rushed to social media platforms. Entertainment accounts published updates. Comment sections filled with theories. Everyone wanted answers. Everyone wanted an explanation. The story quickly became bigger than the press conference itself. Meanwhile, people inside the venue continued discussing what they had witnessed. Different interpretations emerged. Some believed the question crossed a professional boundary. Others argued there must have been additional context invisible to the audience. A few suggested the situation had nothing to do with the question at all. Perhaps something else required immediate attention. Perhaps the timing was simply unfortunate. Without confirmed information, uncertainty dominated every conversation. That uncertainty became the fuel that kept the story alive. Hours passed, then days. The mystery continued growing. Fans replayed available footage repeatedly. They analyzed facial expressions. They examined body language. They studied every visible detail. Entire discussion threads appeared online. People debated endlessly. Every frame became evidence. Every reaction became a clue. The search for answers transformed into a global conversation. What made the situation especially fascinating was the lack of certainty. If a clear explanation had emerged immediately, interest might have faded quickly. Instead, the absence of answers encouraged imagination. People filled gaps with theories. They connected unrelated details. They searched for hidden meanings. The mystery became larger with every passing day. Yet perhaps the most interesting aspect of the story was not the question itself. It was the reaction it inspired. The reaction revealed how deeply audiences care about the people they admire. Fans were not simply interested in controversy. They wanted understanding. They wanted context. They wanted to know what happened and why. That emotional investment transformed a brief moment into a major story. As discussions continued, many observers reflected on the pressures faced by public figures. Celebrities spend much of their lives under constant observation. Every word is analyzed. Every action becomes a headline. Every appearance creates expectations. The pressure can be immense. Even routine events carry enormous scrutiny. In that context, the press conference became more than a mystery. It became a reminder that public moments often contain unseen complexities. What appears simple from the outside may feel very different from the inside. That realization encouraged many people to approach the situation with greater understanding. Eventually, the excitement surrounding the event began to settle. New stories emerged. New headlines captured attention. The entertainment world continued moving forward. Yet the memory of that press conference remained. Not because people discovered definitive answers, but because they never did. The unanswered question became the story. The uncertainty became the fascination. And the mystery continued living in the imagination of fans. Perhaps that is why stories like this endure. People are naturally drawn to unanswered questions. They enjoy searching for meaning. They enjoy exploring possibilities. Most of all, they enjoy participating in the mystery themselves. In the end, the press conference became more than a single event. It became a story about curiosity, a story about perception, a story about how one unexpected moment can capture the attention of millions. Whether the specific question truly mattered or whether something entirely different influenced the situation remains unknown within this narrative. But one thing is certain. The moment left an unforgettable impression. Long after the lights dimmed, long after the reporters departed, long after the audience went home, people were still talking about it, still debating, still wondering, still searching for answers. And perhaps that is the true power of a mystery. It keeps people thinking long after the moment itself has passed. What do you think happened in this story? Was the question really the reason behind the unexpected walkout? Or was there something much bigger happening behind the scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments. Join the discussion with fellow fans. Share this article with others who love entertainment mysteries and dramatic celebrity stories. Stay engaged for more fascinating stories, unforgettable moments, and exciting discussions that keep fans talking long after the spotlight fades.